I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa, and I'm from Lutoka, and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Hulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate, and this is FBC News Tonight. Change mindsets and behaviour to end violence against women. Hundreds gather to mark World Human Rights Day. And export figures for the textile, clothing and footwear industry to drop. Elimination of violence against women requires the changing of mindsets and certain behaviours. This was highlighted by the Minister for Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation, Meriseni Vuniwanga, at an event to mark the end of the 16 days of activism in Suva yesterday. Tokasa Rainima reports.
Standing up against violence against women is a national issue that needs a concerted effort. Minister for Women Meriseni Vuniwanga getting the message across loud and clear.
We must accept that the eradication of violence against women and children will take more than just great laws and policies. It requires behavioral changes. It requires the changing of mindsets. It needs the overhauling of the age-old machinery of traditional barriers which continue to instill gender inequalities in our communities. It requires us to speak about the unspeakable, because violence against women and children finds comfort in the depths of silence. It thrives in the solace of fear.
A survey by the Fiji Women's Crisis Center in 2010 and 2011 indicated that the highest numbers of violence against women and children were from the Eastern and Maritime Division. FWCC coordinator Shamima Ali admits that maritime islands need more services.
What we found out, that is the maritime, the eastern areas, and that also is because the lack of access, transportation and so on, but also access to services. You don't have our services there, you don't have the police so much out there, and the villages are quite spread out, and if there's a police station in one village, let's say now, and then to get out right around, it's a huge island, 14 villages or so, how do you get around?
The event yesterday also coincided with the commissioning of a fiberglass boat, the Kantabo Eagle, to be used by the ministry's officials based in Wunisea. Tokas Renima, FBC News.
The NGO Coalition on Human Rights held its annual march to mark World Human Rights Day today. Various organizations used this as an opportunity to voice their concerns with the culmination of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Pranita Prakash reports.
World Human Rights Day is celebrated on 10th December globally. Fiji Women's Rights Movement Programs Director Michelle Reddy says this is a time for reflection and also to promote human rights.
We want to create awareness. Not a lot of people know about their rights, and some who do are scared to come and speak out. So by seeing other activists and women human rights and human rights defenders, people feel more comfortable. And this space is even greater because it's an open space, so people who are walking can come and just visit and listen to messages that promote human rights in Fiji.
And like other organizations, the Songa Wakamarama used this platform to have their voices heard regarding the extraction of sand at the Singatoka sand dunes.
We are just concerned about the climate change and the impact to the lives of the people. We have almost 12 to 13,000 people living around that area in the 7 villages. We have the hospital, we have the churches, we have the schools, and we have some development that has been completed, and also the town. And we are just concerned anything can happen.
For many, it was an opportune time to speak out.
Human rights, what it means to me is when mental health is prioritized in this country.
Stand up for someone's rights today.
Human rights means standing up for love.
With 16 days of activism ending today, the challenge has been issued for everyone to stand up for human rights. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
A man's body was found floating along the Suva foreshore at around 2 p.m. yesterday. Police spokesperson Ana Naisoro says the body was discovered by a fisherman. Naisoro says the identity of the man is not known at this stage, but it's believed he was between the ages of 25 and 30. He was wearing a black round-neck T-shirt with the words Mitre written on the front and a three-quarter palm surf shorts. Naisoro says injuries were visible on the body and a post-mortem will be conducted to ascertain the cause of death. Anyone that could help with the investigation is requested to call the Totongo Police Station on 9905-834 or 909-6733. Minister for Industry, Trade and Tourism Fayaz Koya has called for immediate discussions on the impact that the United Kingdom's withdrawal from the EU will have on relationships between the Africa, Caribbean and Pacific group of states, the EU and the UK. He made the call when speaking on behalf of the Pacific ACP countries at the ACP Ministerial Trade Committee meeting in Brussels. Koya says neither the EU nor the UK have given clear positions on Brexit for the ACP group to thoroughly analyse and assess. He says it's imperative that ACP countries be able to conduct assessments to determine their most effective course of action in advancing their relationships with the EU and the UK. The minister adds that the high dependence of some ACP countries, including Fiji, on UK and EU markets was a particular area of concern. Export figures for the textile, clothing and footwear industry is expected to be slightly lower this year due to the effects of Tropical Cyclone Winston. The industry contributes around $100 million to the country's GDP annually. Pranita Prakash has more.
TCF Council President Kaushik Kumar says this year has been quite challenging for the industry due to Cyclone Winston. Kumar says business is getting back to normal in the second half.
Overall, we believe that our exports for this year it will be slightly down because of the disruptions that came from Cyclone Winston. A number of our Western colleagues were closed for a few weeks, and obviously that will affect the export figure. Coming to the Central Division, though we were not directly hit by the cyclone, we still faced a very high rate of absenteeism, so we also faced a lot of disruption. So in that 3-month period straight after the cyclone, our export figures were definitely down.
Ministry of Industry and Trade Permanent Secretary Shaheen Ali says the government will continue to support the industry.
TCF sector in Fiji has reinvented itself, consolidated itself, and has consolidated its traditional markets such as Australia, New Zealand and the Pacific Island countries. But it also has great opportunity in the emerging markets such as North America and Europe and Asia. So there is, we think that there is tremendous amount of potential. TCF will continue to be one of the major contributors to the Fijian GDP and Fijian exports.
The industry currently employs 7,000 people in over 40 factories in the country, directly having an impact on more than 20,000 people. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Coming up on FBC News, treat for the elderly to mark Senior Citizens Day, and 2 lucky people to watch Salman Khan live in New Zealand next year. Stay with us.
My name is Siobhan. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Mirchi FM क्योंकि Mirchi FM is #1 in music. Mirchi FM is hot.
I am सुरेश चंद वैतुरी नसूरी से बोलता हूँ. जैसे आँख खुलती है, मिर्ची FM मुझे मस्त कर देती है.
Hi, I'm Viren from Zambula. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Rizwan Khan.
Hi, and my name is Mohammad Sufyan. Bato Bahe and Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Vishal Maharaj. I'm working for Washington Council as a market master. I love listening to Mirchi FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Police have issued another stern warning to members of the public not to drink and drive. 5 people have been taken into police custody in the last 24 hours for allegedly drink driving. Police spokesperson Ananai Soro says 2 people were arrested in the Southern Division, 2 in the Eastern Division and 1 in the Western Division. 875 drivers have been arrested and charged for drunk driving as of Friday last week. Smiles lit up at the Dudley Methodist Church today as senior citizens of the church were hosted to a Christmas dinner. The dinner was also to mark Senior Citizens Day. Anna Ravulo has more.
The Minister for Women today reiterated that the lives of senior citizens should be celebrated every day. Meriseni Vuniwanga says that the celebration is an opportunity to highlight the important contributions that older people make to society and raise awareness on the issues and challenges of aging in today's world.
Discrimination of older persons is a learned behavior, wherein children are familiar with age stereotypes from a very young age, and this is reinforced over their lifetimes. We as today's generation need to teach our children the value of older persons, to love and respect them, because if we don't, tomorrow we will be asking the same questions that many of our senior citizens are asking today. It's up to us to make a difference.
The senior citizens were in awe for the treatment and recognition they got today.
Today I want to thank you for your years of hard work, years of sacrifice, years of love, years of experience, years of smiles, years of nurturing a generation of leaders in various facets of Fijian society.
Indeed, I feel very proud and I feel very good that we have been recognized, though we are at the elderly age.
I'm really honored that we are giving this privilege here and the way the church is treating us.
Oh yes, it's very nice. Every year I used to come.
Vuniwanga urged parents to instill in their children the gift of good character, one that respects elders and one of gratitude towards our elders. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
2 lucky people will get a chance to watch Bollywood superstar Salman Khan in one of his concerts in New Zealand next year. This is after the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation partnered with Fiji Airways and RS Promotions to provide a lifetime opportunity for Fijian fans. The concert will include other big stars from Bollywood and will be held on the 21st of April 2017 in Auckland.
Now we've got FBC coming on board, likewise with Fiji Airways, that is helping to give us a very good deal for people to come to New Zealand and watch the show. And we're working on a package right now and it will be all updated through you guys, FBC.
After the break in sports, Fiji's Sevens team ready for Cape Town tournament. And 11 overseas teams take part in local netball events. Stay with us for this and more.
Mrs. Manin Rabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatukola. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Golavinaka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Point Resort and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Lotoka. I like Gold FM, but only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back. This is FBC Sports. The Vodafone Fiji Sevens team is ready for 3 tough pool matches at the Cape Town tournament, which starts tonight. The Nathanieli Dhawanimbuka coach side play Japan, Kenya and France in pool play, the latter 2 having beaten us in the last season. Rohit there with the story.
10, or is it? Yes, it does.
No team is easy to beat on the World 7 Series circuit these days, but the Fiji side will be wary of at least 2 teams in its pool this weekend. Kenya defeated us in the final of the Singapore tournament last season.
Kenya is always strong when they play in the African leg last year. They beat South Africa in pool play. So Kenya will be a very strong team, and they are out to prove a point with a new, with new coaching staff, and they've got some new players.
Just waits for the moment.
France was the team which bundled Fiji out of the main competition in Cape Town last year, beating us in the quarterfinals.
They are a team who will be very dangerous if we disrespect them. So we're going into that game with that mindset that we will have to be in our best form.
can't control it though. Very Malua.
Coach Tawan Imbuka says Cape Town is ready for another epic tournament and his team is focused.
Everyone's looking forward to the weekend, and for us, we quietly focused on our preparations, and also we're focused on our team goals and what we want to achieve on the weekend.
Fiji kicks off its Cape Town campaign against Japan at 11:05 p.m. today. They then take on Kenya at 2:06 a.m. tomorrow before playing France in the last pool game at 6:12 a.m. You can watch the tournament live on FBC TV. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
The Vodafone Fiji Under-20 side is through to the World Rugby Junior Trophy Challenge in Uruguay next year. The side defeated Tonga 18-13 in the Oceania playoff at Suva's ANZ Stadium today. Fiji ran to an early 12-0 lead as Tonga bounced back in the second spell. The Fijians just managed to hold on in the final moments for the victory. The Telecom Fiji Under-15 side were thumped 45-7 by Hong Kong in the Women's Rugby World Cup qualifying match last night. Fiji will now play Japan in the must-win match on Tuesday. The Grasshoppers Netball Club, which is part of the Nasinu Netball Association, held its second annual Invitational Netball Festival for under-13, under-15 and under-17 age group netters in Suva today. Together with 13 Fijian teams, 11 teams from Australia and New Zealand took part in the tournament. Rohit Deo with the story.
A great experience for the local netters who got a chance to compete against players of their age group from Australia and New Zealand.
Is for development of netball. So we're looking at development from the grassroots level and hoping to boost netball here in Fiji.
More than 300 players and officials have come from overseas, which has been a boost to the tourism industry.
Ministry of Tourism is one of our major sponsors and we're working closely with them because we're looking at this to go big.
The challenge now is to make the 2017 event a bigger one.
Next year we're looking at more teams coming in, and not only from Australia and New Zealand but also from around Fiji. We're hoping that we'll get more teams in from Vanua level and from the Western Division.
Australian diamond goal attack Gretel Tippett was the guest at the tournament, which finished at the National Netball Centre in Suva today. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Defending champions of the Vodafone National Club Championship Bars 4R Electrical side has made a good start to this year's tournament, defeating Civic FC 2-1. Civic scored first to take the lead, but the Imdad Ali coach side had composure to come back with 2 goals. Here are the match highlights.
Yeah, I think we have started off well, even though we were down 1 goal, but then we came back. I think it's a very humid condition looking at the weather today. I think the boys have stepped up and they played a good game.
Joseph Parker is just hours away from his young professional boxing career. The undefeated 24-year-old from South Auckland takes on American-Mexican Andy Ruiz Jr. for the vacant WBO world title. Sydney FC and Melbourne City have shared the spoils following a fiery 1-1 draw in last night's Hyundai A-League top-of-the-table blockbuster. A spectacular first-half strike from Fernando Brandon put the visitors in front, with the 10-man Sky Blues gifted a way back in the match later on via the penalty spot. Rain was the order of the day today across the country. Bar leads the temperature chart tonight at 32 degrees, while Suva was a cool 28 degrees. For tomorrow, expect the same weather to prevail over Fiji, and that's cloudy periods with rain and chances of thunderstorms in the evenings. Looking further to Monday, and the rain is expected to continue. Best to have your umbrellas handy. Recapping the main stories for tonight, change mindsets and behaviour to end violence against women, says Women Minister Meriseni Vuniwanga. Hundreds gathered to mark World Human Rights Day, and export figures for the textile, clothing and footwear industry to drop because of Tropical Cyclone Winston. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Now to our poll question. This week we are asking, is Fiji capable of hosting the World 7 Series? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was FBC News for tonight, and don't forget to catch all the action from the Cape Town Sevens live on FBC TV from 9:15 p.m, as well as Fiji's first match against Japan at 11:05 tonight. I'm Jackie Spade. Good night.
Nimbula binak, nerdan go lepani, luknitang, ando talitak na varong, and a radio Fiji 1, ando may biti na bonga ni Benian.
Sada la bina, uada go elenani, weningolo, uda tormena goroi sasa, na bingotang otake ni daumata, mandola biana radio Fiji 1, na do vanu mediana news.
Ni sambula na elango apini saratu mai koro na kasi, au do vagarong na radio Fiji 1 bonga ni Benian.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nandu mai biti na bonga ni Benian.